Helldiver's Combat Log, May 20th, 2185 Zephyr Forge. Call sign, oh boy. Operation, Party Crasher. Turns out, Major Truth wasn't completely off the mark. He may have missed the nail on the head, but he sure as hell made contact with it. And he was right about one thing. They're still out there. On May 13th, 2185, at 14:22 hours CEST, first contact was made with the Illuminate reemergence in Widow's Harbor. It started with silence, the kind that creeps in before the storm, when every satellite feed turns to static. We knew what we saw, coming through the singularity. The great host. They didn't just come back, they came back smarter. No more random raids, no more scattered scouting parties. This was a coordinated armada, and they brought new toys, weaponry we didn't even know they had. The Interloper, a new assault aircraft. They call it the Stingray. 'Cause it floats in all graceful, then stabs you in the gut when you're not looking, just like nature. If nature hated Helldivers and loved plasma cannons. You hear a high-pitched whine in the clouds. That ain't wind, that's death. Choosing who to roast first. It doesn't stalk, it scans, high and quiet. A predator deciding if you're worth the effort. Then, it dips out of sight, lines up the shot, and blue-white plasma lights up its belly. Then hell comes down in a searing, perfect line. Doesn't matter who you are. Helldiver, Illuminate, Voteless, Civvy, it cleans the slate. Urban zones, those tight colony roads, perfect shooting lanes, perfect death traps. If you're lucky, real lucky, you crawl out with a stub of life and a fresh case of trauma. But tempting fate like that, that's not bravery. That's stupidity, dressed in democracy's armor. After a run, it doesn't retreat. It climbs high, loops wide, comes back like it forgot something. You can drop one, but bring the big guns. Standard rifles, they just tickle it. And even when it dies, it's not done. The wreckage? It glides in hot, slamming into the ground like a judgment from orbit. Do not celebrate. You'll be crushed by your own damn victory. Priority target. No hesitation. Drop it before it drops you. We fought tooth and nail for 2 straight days. By the time the retreat order came, there was nothing left to hold. Widow's Harbor wasn't just hit, it was erased. Rubble, smoke, and ashes. We were redirected to Pylon 5 on May 15th, 2185. Photon, Kraken, me, and tens of thousands of other squadrons, all trying to slow the advance. We were evacuating cities while fighting them off. There's never enough time. Never enough. Civvies were being turned, twisted into those disgusting, mindless creatures. Didn't help our odds. I don't even remember. Did we lose the southern continent before the DSS was hit? Or after? Many warned, don't bring the DSS to Pylon. Orbit was crawling with enemy fleet. It was too early in the fight. You could see it. The fleet was still at full strength. But they brought it anyway. They voted to warp. Knuckle-headed Helldivers. A good chunk of the division just doesn't listen. 37 minutes. That's all it lasted. Then, station dispatch came over comms. DSS disabled. We were immediately engaged and fired upon arrival, taking direct and severe damage. Reports came later. The crew managed an emergency warp to Chlorel before the DSS was destroyed. Many valiant lives were sacrificed. Repairs are underway. But even as Priority 1, no one knows when, or if, it'll be operational again. Idiots, I thought. We held on a couple more days, but we all knew what was coming. Then came the words from High Command. Prepare for fallback. That's when we understood. We weren't going to hold the outer sectors. They were going to make it through. They were going to reach Super Earth. Morning of May 18th, 2185, 9 a.m. Cest. The final defensive line was ordered on New Haven. At that point, we were just throwing bodies at the combat zones, trying to buy time, trying to lay waste to as much of their fleet as possible. Long enough for High Command to ready Super Earth for the inevitable invasion. Kraken lost his leg again. Fourth time. I don't even think he notices anymore. We boosted him into his exosuit and kept him in the fight till we could get him to a bionic prosthetist. Photon. He pulled an entire militia battalion out from a collapsing bunker, using only his cannon for cover as concrete and steel rained down around him. We'd seen a lot of horrors drop out of the dark, but the flesh mob, that one felt like it clawed its way out of a nightmare, stitched together with spite and screaming meat. It's not one body, it's dozens, all jammed into a twitching brute that forgot it was ever human. You'll see it idle, flailing, twitching, lost in its own broken brain. Then it hears you. Just breathe wrong. And it screams. Not a yell, a soul-curdling roar. That's your cue. Unload everything. Because once it charges, it's not stopping until something's dead. 4 arms. No armor. Just muscle and madness. Fire barely slows it down. If you've got arcs or explosives, use them. Direct hits might not stop it, but they help. Miss, and you're just buying it time to close the gap. I saw one tear through 3 Helldivers. One got thrown into a building so hard his suit couldn't stop his insides from hemorrhaging. They're fast, loud, dumb as rocks. But they hit like a freight train. If you're lucky, you burn it down. If not, mag dump the heads, expose the soft meat in the middle, and pray your squad's still breathing. We call it a flesh mob. I call it a hate crime made of flesh. After days of holding, broken, bleeding, exhausted, we stood, knee-deep in ash and shell casings, still defiant, still alive. You always hope for the best-case scenario, that somehow it's not gonna end like that. Not after everything we poured into those planets. Rock, sand, jungle, shattered concrete. We gave blood, bone, breath to hold the line. We weren't just fighting for territory. We were fighting because it mattered. Because Super Earth asked us to. Because we believed. May 20th, 0554 SEST. Lowell's voice cracked across comms. Cold. Final. New Haven is lost, Hardliners. It's time to get off this rock before they torch it as well. Orders are to fall back to Super Earth. Defense of the Outer Rim failed. You could hear it in his voice. Not fear, not sorrow. Just that kind of weight that settles on a man when he has to tell some damn good soldiers that none of it was enough. 3 planets, gone. Lost to the Squ'ith and their voteless flesh and plasma. I stood in the ash of our last fallback zone, watching the skies light up as evac birds screamed overhead. All those trenches, all those kill zones, all the names of those we fought with along the way, wiped away like they were never there. We held, we bled, we delivered justice. And still, it wasn't enough. But the enemy knows. They know we're not done. You can torch the outposts, level the colonies. They can tear our flags off the poles while we scatter the ashes of our fallen heroes. Just know that Super Earth still stands, and while she does, her Helldivers will drop again. For Super Earth.
Reloading! Sorry. Requesting air.
ETA T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Sending in an eagle! Today!